I got me a quick 3. And I think I had a assist to a guy. Got a quick a little assist or whatever. But I remember everybody back home. My mom, she was like, Bryce, you took your first shot or your first 3 or whatever. You baited. It's your first game playing. How do you feel? And I'm just like, yeah, Ma, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And then again, going back to like how I used to tell you how I thought as a kid, like in AAU, I ain't gonna play with the best teams, but if you let me rock, I can hold my own against whoever. We weren't making the playoffs that year with Utah. And Trey Burke, he had messed up his back. So they were going to shut him down for the rest of the season. So I got the backup minutes for probably the last 6 or 7 games. And I want to say in that span, I averaged like 12 and 4 for those backup minutes I got.
Bad.
And shout out the Mavericks. I had 21 on them in 25 minutes with a crazy ass lob. And to this day, everybody still talks about that.
You caught the lob?
I caught the lob. Shout out Rodney Hood, man. That terrible ass lob he threw. Hey, now I remember forever. So shout out Rodney Hood.
Yeah, we got to play the clip. Play the clip of that.
It's funny, man, how that came about because I used to get that play a lot when I was in the D League. So we had it drawn up, and I'd always catch lobs. But Coach had me draw it up at breakfast that morning, and he was like, okay. He was like, we may run that. And we in the second quarter, and we in a timeout, and he goes, Bryce, draw up the alley-oop play you was telling me in the at breakfast. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, all right, so we do blah, 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 blah. And he was like, all right, we're running this first play out the timeout. So we set it up. I hit Rod. They set the back screen. I'm running. And in my mind, I'm like, please don't fuck this up, Rod.
Yeah.
And he throws it short, but I was like, man, I gotta go get this. I got Devin Harris somewhere on the side of me. I see Dwight Powell coming like, full fledged. So I panic. I see him out the corner of my eye. I catch it with my left and I just try to hurry up and throw it. And I hear the crowd go crazy. And I if you play the clip, you see me turn to the bench. I'm looking like, did I make that shit? And I see everybody going crazy. I'm like, oh. So I'm like, hell yeah. And then to finish the game with 21. And then the next couple games, I still had about 13 or 14. I was like, damn, if I'm given an opportunity, I can always play. And that was my aha moment there. So that was pretty cool for me.
It's tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
What's that summer like? The next summer, what is Utah talking about?
Bruh, it felt like Providence all over again. So going into that year, or in that summer, I had a great summer league. I did very well with Utah. And they didn't guarantee me anything for the following year. But Dante Exum, he was playing in World Cup games or something like that, and he tore his ACL. So mind you, I've seen this type of movie year after year at Providence. So I'm like, oh my God, this is happening again.
Yeah.
And what they said to me was, we don't know if Dante's going to be ready by the time the season starts. So you're probably going to have to start some games next year. So now it's not even a thought of, are y'all bringing me back? Like, this came out of y'all mouth. I'm going to have to start some games. Then they signed Raul Neto out of the blue after my summer league. They guaranteed him for 3 years. And I'm like, all right. But I'm like, this thing kind of weird. Like, we the same position. And they were like, no, don't worry about that. Like, we just, we want to get a closer look at him and blah, blah, blah. But you're fine. Don't worry about that. In preseason,
I'm getting a 3-year deal.
Yeah. I'm getting less and less reps in preseason. And two days, probably, no, two games before the regular season is going to start, they had released me. And the most frustrating part about it was, apparently my agent at the time, he had told me New Orleans had asked about me. And they were like, what are your plans with Bryce? And they're like, no, we're not getting rid of him. We like him, blah, 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 blah. So they had signed Nate Robinson. And then 2 days later, Utah released me. So it was like, man, y'all could have just kept it a buck. You know what I mean? And so that one hurt me because I thought like it was Providence happening all over again.
Yeah.
And then to have that door shut.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the start of me getting ready to end up overseas.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I felt like in my life, from a basketball standpoint, I'm putting in the work, but nah, it's not going to happen this time. Up until that point, it had always worked out for me. So it was hard for me to process it. I didn't watch NBA for probably at least 2 or 3 years after that. Because I'd be watching a game and then I'd see a guy on a roster in the timeout like, wait, now he's on. Oh my God. And like it just started killing me. So I'm like,
I
I
don't
can't watch
think
NBA
people
no more.
understand how real that is.
Yeah.
I
It's just
remember my
real.
first year when I was in the G, and the year I was out, I didn't watch NBA basketball
Yeah.
until the playoffs. And I always watch the playoffs because I think playoffs is just like very strategic. Certain shit,
Different
each
game.
game is different.
Mm-hmm.
But regular, I did not watch it. I couldn't because you just sitting there like, how the fuck?
Yeah, trust me, I know.
Are you kidding me right now? And especially when you look at like the teams that are tanking.
Yeah. Yeah.
You be like, oh, hell no, bro. But it's crazy. So what's frustrating in the business of it is kind of just so weird. The fact that New Orleans called, you could have had that blessing.
Yeah.
But they blocked it thinking.
Just to let me go.
Just to let.
Yeah.
That'll make you not want to watch the shit for sure.
I couldn't, man. Man, there'd be so many times like I'd be watching, like before I just gave up watching the NBA at that time. I'd be watching the game, talking with my cousin or whatever, and I'd be like, hold up, yo. You see who is hey man, cut this shit off, dog. Hey, let's watch something else. Like I couldn't tell you how many times that happened.
No cap,
and I was like, man, I ain't finna keep doing this to myself. But over time, you know, you start to evaluate, and I started to think back, like, you know what? I'm sure if you talk to enough hoopers or any player in any sport, they're going to feel like they got slighted somehow, some way. Everybody gets slighted in different ways.
For
so
sure.
I'm like, you know what? Stop fucking complaining. Because there's a lot of people back in Tucson that I felt could have at least played Division I basketball. Because some of the teams we play, like in non-conference, like the smaller schools, I'm like, bro, hey, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
No, for sure.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm complaining because I didn't stay in the NBA for as long as I thought I could.
Mm-hmm.
When there's a lot of motherfuckers that didn't even get to play Division I basketball that could do so many things for their life, regardless of if they go pro.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Count your blessings, bro, because you still made it to where you said you was gonna go, even if you ain't stay as long. You blessed. So like when I started to look at it that way, probably by about 2018 or 2019, I was able to start watching hoop again. Like you know what? I could let that shit go.
And I know I say this every week, but this is officially the end and the best time of the year. It's finals time. And we got two of the best teams in the league going head to head. But first, you know Run Your Race is sponsored by DraftKings. So go over to DraftKings right now, download the app, and use promo code RACE. New customers who bet as low as $5 get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. If the finals aren't enough, DraftKings got you with same-game parlays with the shot for an even bigger payout. If sports betting isn't legal in your state or sports betting isn't your thing, DraftKings got you with DraftKings Pick 6. So go over to DraftKings right now, download the app, and use promo code RACE. New customers who bet as little as $5 get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. DraftKings, the crown is yours.